Hey, I probably start every Christmas newscast with that one. One of my all-time favorites. That's why I let off my album, A Christmas Collection, with that song. Of course, the Christmas song by Mel Torme. It is Friday, December 20th. We are in the final countdown, my Christmas countdowns. All my kids and their little candy things, or the Advent wreaths and Hanukkah calendars and stuff like that. All kinds of cool things going on around here. Have one of the two Vagabond sisters is home, and the other will show up on Monday, and maybe we'll get some videos. Rebecca's asked me to. She's got a couple songs she would like me to do lessons on, and once she gets here, we might work on it. She of course listens to a lot newer stuff than I do. Okay, I have a ton of stuff to go through today. I'm probably going to forget most of it. I want to talk about trucking a little bit. I want to talk about Guitar Pro 5 and 6 and some other things. I want to address the question that came up, I believe, on the Hark the Herald Angels Sing thread about playing hard stuff. I want to, what else? Oh, I got to talk about the IGC. Set aside the date. I can't remember what it is. It's the same weekend in September at the Quaker Center. I'll put that in the text. But anybody that's thinking about it, don't book your plane flights yet. But it'll be like that third weekend, the weekend before the Memorial Day weekend, I'm pretty sure. So we got the Quaker Center. We have the whole center this time too. So we'll have a little bit more room and more details as we make them up or discover them. Let's see. I have other stuff to talk about. Everybody got their train set up around? I had a lot of fun last weekend. I think I did it on Sunday. I should break out. Maybe I'll get some videos of the Lionel going around the tree. Okay. Maybe too much personal info, and show you the giant cookies that my daughters have made. Okay, let's see what I want to talk about. Christmas presents. If you still have friends that are looking for stuff, don't forget. Treat them to Totally Guitars, either with a gift card or the Christmas pack. I think we have two different packs. One of just sing-alongs, which leads me to something else I got to make sure to remember. If I don't do it right now, I got to do it right now. Well, anyway, think about the Christmas packs. Think the ragtime one. That of course includes stuff like that, and one of this week's releases, O Come All Ye Faithful, which was both of the last two I put up, Hark the Herald Angels Sing and this week's O Come All Ye Faithful, both have some pretty challenging things in them, as somebody noticed and asked about, how do I work on hard songs? Okay, wait, I gotta come back to that. Where I'm going right now is, I probably told you this in years past, but one of my neighbors puts together a door-to-door caroling party on the eve of Christmas Eve, which is going to be Monday of next week. And this time I think I've recruited a pile of guitar players, a couple of my students, some of which you've seen, not too much. I got a couple of teenagers who are really pretty good at following charts. I told you about my kid Chris. Working on this? Probably not. Anyway, I got a 15-year-old kid working on Man's Fate, and he's killing it. Okay, but that's different. I'll try to introduce you to him another time. So, Jen's Christmas party, or caroling thing, I put together charts of a bunch of the popular songs, like one song per page, that if anybody would like them, or like to just have the chords to a strum along, or to like a campfire version of any songs that I don't already have up there, just put the request, even in this thread, and I will make sure that PDFs of those get to you one way or another, even if it means just attaching them to current lessons or something. So, got a lot of songs in there. Stuff like that. I think we already have a lesson on that one. I'm not sure. I should have done my own inventory. So anyway, if anybody wants some just a chart to something you could plop down in front of a couple of guitar players and start singing along, maybe as easy as Silent Night. Anyway, put in a request for that. Okay, I got to go through the new material first. That was nothing like the song I put up, but really different approach to playing syncopated bass notes, or the different approach of playing syncopated bass notes makes that one really challenging. So, O Come All Ye Faithful is, of course, one of our new lessons. Also, one of my favorite Neil Young songs. doing that in the lesson, but actually I didn't even think about doing it until now. Oh well. We finished up Rosa May. Oh, so that was, of course, Broken Arrow. Beautiful tune of his, and especially that album. If you don't have his Canterbury House album from 1968, you gotta get it. Let's see. We had the end of Kurt's lesson. I'm getting backlogged of Fly on the Wall lessons. You might see a lot of those. Anyway, and Vanessa got us another Jake Bugg tune, country song. Now that is really cool. I hope you guys take a chance to take the opportunity to listen to it, especially if you're not familiar with it. If you're familiar with it, I'm sure you're already looking at it. So, and one of the banes of Totally Guitar's problems here is stuff like what I just did with Broken Arrow, which of course in the early days I had that in a lot of lessons, and finally put up tab to a way to play truckin'. So guys, I hope some people have checked that out. If there are any other songs like that that still have playthroughs that I haven't added tab to, I'm still willing to tackle them. So you could probably make a thread about that too. I think most of the ones that were pretty. Oh, I finally did Madman Across the Water, I think, huh? And Wish You Were Here and all those. I don't know. You'll have to keep me posted on that. What else? Oh, somebody asked about IGC videos, and we are, as I mentioned in that thread, Larry and I are working on organizing them right now and trying to get something out to you soon. Well, what we will probably do, and this was a great thing, is put up the open mic stuff first, because that kind of requires the least amount of editing. I think we only had one camera there. Well, no, we did have a couple. So, but let everybody take a look at their own open mic things, and if anybody has any reservations about us sharing them, make sure that you let us know that. And let's see. Hark the Herald on the difficult songs. I think got a ticket in actually. Somebody was having a little trouble downloading some files, and I think I within a month or two ago, kind of stopped putting up GP5 versions of tab and really just went to the GPX, which is Guitar Pro 6. But I'd heard somebody had been using Windows Media Player or Windows something to play the Guitar Profile. So if that, and I don't know enough about Windows Media to know whether that kind of works or not, and it might work with the GP5 files and may not work with the GP6 files. So we're doing a little bit more research and trying to troubleshoot that a little bit more. But where I'm going with this is, if there are any songs that you've looked at that don't have GP5 tab and have GP6, and you're still using GP5, let me know. We start a new thread of need GP5 tab for whatever song or something that you might be talking about. So let me think. There was something else I had to get to, and it was, oh, there we go. It's a good thing I made this list is very long. I got to check it twice. No, I've already checked it about 18 times. Okay. Technique for working on a difficult song. When you're playing something that is maybe a couple levels over your head, and you should always be trying some things like that. And so if there's a bunch of new techniques that are not comfortable, one of my students, Larry Barron, not to mention any names, but who many of you know from he's our video guy from the guitar camp, had a particular problem lately he's working on Forever in Blue Jeans. And there's a little spot in there where you've got to play the same note twice in a row. It's between beats. It's not consecutive eighth notes. It's consecutive offbeat quarter notes. But most finger picking patterns, you don't very often use the same finger twice in a row. You kind of mix them up and stuff. But when you're playing a melody to a song, you have to play it however it goes, and you have to sometimes do patterns that are maybe not quite as intuitive. And so he was having a hard time just hitting this one string, just hitting the G string twice in a row for the melody note he needed. And we just had to break that down and play that measure, just that measure, 20 or 30 times. And that's the technique for working on something that's got technical challenges for you. Don't play it from beginning to end, which might take a half an hour the first time, and you really didn't get any music out of it, and you really didn't learn too much out of it, because now when you go back and look at it again, the measures you had trouble with in the beginning they're brand new again. They are right back to ground zero, and it will take forever to get through that. So it works, that technique of going through it from top to bottom only works for a song that is right in your comfort zone already, or just a little above, and then you go back and iron out the difficult measures. Kind of boils down to, in general, always working on the difficult measures first, no matter what. If you're going to have a hard time with that, because it's just so darn fast, but you can do this, because that's more of a normal thing right up your alley, go work on those hot licks and stuff. So in Hark the Herald Angels Sing, tackle the measures that you can't get through like just once and have them come out okay, and play them 20, 30, 100 times, and then come back tomorrow or an hour later and play them another 20 or 30 times. So you really have to focus and isolate down to just a little bit at a time. Okay, I think that is everything. I know I forgot a bunch of stuff that I was probably going to try to squeeze in here today. Oh, we will probably have a little less stuff going out next week. Typically the week of Christmas and New Year's, we don't worry about getting something new out every day, which is what we usually try to have been doing here most of the year. So that will give you a time to catch up on, oh, I don't know where we got this 1,000 song thing, or 1,000 lessons. Vanessa, whoever's been keeping tabs on that, great job. I know we don't have 1,000 song lessons. I think we have more like 700. But whatever. But then of course there's all the theory stuff, and there's the fly on the walls, and I know there's really a ton of stuff out there. So, but we're going to slow down for next week, and probably not even have a newscast next week. I'm not sure, but I do have a couple little surprises to drop on you next week, as far as some kind of behind-the-scenes looks at some of the things that happen here. Anyway, okay. Should I take it out with the second verse? Okay, more soon.